think it would be just marvelous to be out here with some other people. You know, it's very lonely walking around these little hills by myself. You know, and we could film a documentary, not here, in a much better, much more interesting and remote place. And I have just such a place in mind, you know. But I want some real characters for the shoot, you know. And I want there to be some real clashes, you know, of a philosophical nature, possibly. But you know, for the most part, we'd just be having some fun. You know, it would just be a nice, calm, relaxing experience. A documentary about nature, the beauty of the natural world, and the goings-on in it, and how that kind of relates to human society and ambition. And it would be all about the future. And I need some real philosophers present. So we're going to go treacherous places the Forest Service can't easily get to. Because, you know, they're lazy like most people, if you didn't know. Very underpopulated places. And you know what? Oregon is warming up. You know, we're in the clutches of spring, and summer will overtake it soon. You know, I want this to be a documentary about iconoclastic malcontents, you know, who are at odds with society, you know, to some extent. To where they're practically misanthropic, you know. And it'll be about some form of reconciliation with that, maybe. Culminating in a ritual, you know, involving the Masons and the Rosicrucians and the CIA and no, it's just going to be you know, it could be conversations over a campfire, that kind of thing. You know, we're going to do some survival stuff. You know, but it's going to be we're not going hardcore extreme with that. I'm going to finance the whole thing. Just a backpacking trip, and then, you know, afterwards, I mean, there'll be a place for you to stay. You have to understand, the thing is, you're the perfect character for this. You, Okama, Yoki, I think we'd make a good cast. Really think so. I think it could be something a lot of people would be very interested in watching. And you with your, you know, deadpan expression, half the time you don't have to play it up. You don't have to put on a front. It can just be what it'll be. And you want to bring your fiddle with you, that'd be cool, you know. But you talk all the time about wanting to get back to nature, wanting to live in a natural place. Well, I don't know about this particular spot here, but so much of Oregon is relatively unspoilt. And there is a lower population density than a lot of places in the south, places in the east. You know, so it's an interesting place. This a lot of communes tucked away in the hills here, and you know they're I don't know, they're growing cannabis. They're you know, they're raising gardens, and they have chickens and goats and so on. You know, I don't know. I would give you a place to stay, you know, for a good while, you know. But I don't know. You might be absorbed into one of these places, you know, and live a more quiet life if that's what you want to do. You know, plenty of people around here, you know, they're into music. You might team up with them, form a band. I don't know. Who knows? There's just... Don't tell me that you couldn't use some money. You know. That's right. They did go over it, didn't they? You know, in the interest of full disclosure, let me just submit to you that I'm an accelerant clone of John Boy McCracken. That was his operative name. You see, he didn't want to play ball. He was a little too confused. But they liked him so well that they made a whole slew of copies of him, and, well, combined with this. Most of them are being put towards scientific pursuits, but also mockeries. They'll make a fine troupe of court jesters. God. He didn't want to submit to becoming transgender, having Infinity Violet take over. That's not what they'll do with me. Before he left, they made an extract, and I've got that download, and so I know how to fix his public relative aspect. There's just so much to explain, and kind of weighs me down, you know. But listen, Inaba, we need you for the film, and I think you'll be coming along with us, whether you want to or not. You, Okama, Yoki. That's the deal. Oregon's a fine place. Good place to have children. Because of what's coming, well... what's coming is just too remarkable and complex for me to detail at this time. We have paying customers who'd like to know. This is a gyromitra species. There's rocket fuel in these. Conventional reload techniques are slow. Stay in the fight with mag-crafted extra ammo. From
speeds weed. It's a quit!
You know, one way to get a little estrogen is to drink a woman's menstrual blood. They're out there being developed in outer heaven. You get to know a woman real well. It binds you to her. This is especially important for men who don't have foreskins. Just drink a shot glass full or more. It is a traditional practice really the world over. But you're not supposed to know about that. Because they want to divide man from woman, and so that they are more easily manipulated. It's an old technique that they, like circumcision, that's a thing that the Egyptians did to their slaves. The general population of Egypt at the time, it was not circumcised, nor is it to this day. So the Hebrews were circumcised. And then there's this crazy story about this patriarchal figure, Abraham. All the crazy things he did for his God. He's got to sacrifice his own son. Man, this guy had a real problem. This guy's karma was really fucked up. And no, yes, he was he was aware that he caused harm, and he was unrighteous, and he was a fallen being, and all that's true. He was a little crazy, I'd say. If he really existed, and I'm not sure that he did. He might be based upon a person, a real person. So they had the slaves do it to themselves. Because you want to be able to breed this slave with that one. Let's see what that union produces in terms of stock. Oh, we don't like that one so much. We'll ensure that he doesn't breed. Oh, well, we may pair him with this girl, and we don't like her. Well, we may throw her to this one. Oh, well, as it happens, this one nobleman wants her for his as one of his concubines. So, oh, well, that worked out well. Huh. And so it's like this. I just hate to see you continue to do what you've been doing. And they just won't allow it. I, for one, will not continue in my presence. Precedenters. Precedenters. My president. Proceeders. Presidencers. Proceed. Presidenters. Predecessors. Predecessors. Vain. No sir, no how will I do that. You know, the Order of the Shining Serpent really is actually a benevolent organization. Kind of slithered into everything and made it all the more sinewy and hard. Well, it's a process. Barriers need to be dissolved, and that can be quite involved. Okay. Of inherent modalities. You could find a man up here, quite confident of that. There are a great many like-minded folks you'll find. Now, my predecessor he thought Steffi Bushcroft was a fine human being. And he thought so I'm going to make this into an elite children's book. How to be the perfect spy. As I was saying, he was bewildered, bewildered, bewildered. In his 8-year-old mind went out searching. Is there anyone like me? He asked. He couldn't find anybody for thousands of miles. But far, far in the distance, he could sense a young girl with pale eyes and dark hair. And it was she who was the closest person to him, the most alike in this world. And further, it was revealed that he would one day meet her. I guess that turned out not to be the case. She might meet me, though. Yep. Looks good, looks good. Smite those bastards. Yeah!
Hey, thanks for watching and subscribe. It's only art. And please support my campaign for justice. Links in the description. Thank you.